It's a bout between the Scouts. For the first time in its 100-year history, the Boy Scouts will begin accepting girls into its program. But why, you ask? Because they smell great. No, it's because the Boy Scouts say it wants to help nurture all young people and, quote, shape the next generation of leaders. Well, that actually sounds nice. Unless you're the Girl Scouts. They nurture young people too, and they don't like the Boy Scouts stepping on their turf. The organization gave a scathing statement to ABC News. Quote, the Boy Scouts house is on fire. Instead of addressing systemic issues of continuing sexual assault, financial mismanagement, and deficient programming, BSA senior management wants to add an accelerant to the house fire by recruiting girls. Whew, that was a statement. And it was kind of harsh. Don't mess with the Girl Scouts. I'm going to buy more cookies just in case. But anyway, I don't have a horse. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't even have a horse. Shaping the next generation of leaders is a good thing, though, whether it's through Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or no Scouts. I was never a Scout. I was a no Scout, and I turned out fine, I think. But there is a group I would join if it existed.
Do you regret not joining the Boy Scouts as a kid? Do you find yourself struggling with things many other guys do with ease? Then you need to join Man Scouts.
Man Scouts!
Each week you'll learn a sweet new skill, stuff that every grown-ass man should know how to do, including chop wood, drive stick shift, fix a toilet, dress your age, cook a steak, change a tire, build a shed, tie a tie, throw a ball, throw a punch, play poker, and change a diaper.
Man Scouts!
And the best part of Man Scouts, each week you'll learn directly from our special guest instructors, including Clint Eastwood, Buzz Aldrin, Chuck Norris, David Ortiz, Denzel Washington, Lou Dobbs, Michael Jordan, Jackie Chan, Brett Favre, Liam Neeson, Tyrus, Kurt Russell, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Brawny Man, and special guest, the 86 Mets. So don't delay. Join Man Scouts today.
Man Scouts!
I didn't get the 86 Mets joke. That was like an East Coast thing. I don't like that kind of humor. Make the humor more universal, guy who wrote that. I'm a Giants fan, what can I say? San Francisco Giants. Cats!
Yes?
Does it matter whether girls join Boy Scouts join Girl Scouts? What do you think?
I was a Girl Scout.
Really?
All the way through juniors. And honestly, this whole shaping future generations thing, the only thing I learned the entire time is that Tina was not a true friend. That's all that I learned. And my mom became the troop leader, like to show an interest in my life, which was very nice. But then when everyone wanted to watch Titanic, she was like, Catherine's not allowed to watch that. There's a naked lady in it. And now it's like 20 years later and I still haven't seen a single naked lady.
Missing out.
Tyrus?
Huh?
You can still say that.
Oh.
That is not considered harassment.
Listen, I was a Boy Scout, Troop 315. Mr. Cruz was my scoutmaster, and I was in a single-parent family who worked nights, so never saw her ass. And the Boy Scouts was tremendous for me, and I learned a lot about what it is to be a young man and be responsible. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have a stake in this. We did things with our scoutmaster where we would go on hikes. You had to earn your stuff. You had to toesmanship, you had to learn how to wield an axe, a knife. And some of that stuff doesn't really work in downloads of iPads and stuff today, but still gets a little grit underneath your nails and teaches you what the purpose of hard work. My concern is that I think the Girl Scouts offered the same thing,
right?
But there was something about Boy Scouts because the goal was we're teaching you how to be a young man. When you see an old lady across the street, you go to help her because that's what a young man does. Those lessons go with you. My only concern is because I know that when we got in Mr. Cruz Winnebago and we drove to Red Rock to go on a 10-mile hike on our backpacks and earn our merit badges and stuff, I don't know how that would have went if there was 3 or 4 girls in that thing because we would have been frozen up because there's a difference there.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to worry about sharing tents and stuff like that. When we took all that pressure out and who's cool, which girl's gonna like me better. All that was there because you were just.
And there's certain things you can't do, like pick your nose.
I'm not being sexist. I'm just but you know what?
You can pick your nose in Girl Scouts.
There's certain things and you can do the same thing in Boy Scouts. But my thing is I think in this situation, I think separate is better, just in terms of molding minds. But
what do you think?
I've been out the game for a minute.
Emily?
I think the saddest part to me is the fact that the Girl Scouts came out with such the scathing response and said they were blindsided by the announcement.
Yes.
And I also feel as an attorney that they are absolutely opening themselves up the Pandora's box of having prepubescent children together co-ed, and there are a ton of camps and opportunities for young children in co-ed opportunities, and
Yes.
this was maybe the last bastion that wasn't, that they could actually have that same gender
Yeah,
experience.
because
where they're
jamboree
safe
isn't
in
supposed to
that-
be jamboree, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's
So
I didn't even know what that
value.
means. I had no idea. I didn't belong to any
weren't a
group
scout.
growing up. I would spend a lot of time alone, crying.
Matter of fact, one of the games we used to play is like you had to get dressed quick. So you'd be in your sleep bag and you'd jump out in your underwear and you'd get dressed and get the backpack and everything folded up. You can't have no girls do, I mean,
yeah, no.
you know, someone develops
I learned
that.
how to do that. I learned how to do that in high school. Hey, Walter, thoughts? I need to know
Boy
what's
Scouts,
in your
Girl
brain.
Scouts? Number one, the reason I wouldn't join Boy Scouts was because there were no girls. Now that there will be, there's going to be a whole new motivation for a whole new kind of guy who's not just interested in Indian, woodsman lore.
All of a sudden, Roman Polanski is
watch
going to be a
it,
troop
watch
leader.
Also Harvey Weinstein will now have a chance to direct the shaping of
Scoutmaster
young girls' lives, which, I don't know. The scout leaders I knew were creepy enough.
Don't smear an entire group of people, Walter. That's what I do.
The Girl Scouts smeared an entire group. Why can't I?
All right, you know what I think? I think, we're making all these we're trying to erase gender differences. What if we started erasing age differences? What if, if we don't think it's if we think genders are all the same, then maybe maybe I can join the Girl Scouts. Because why are we paying attention to age anymore if we're not paying attention to gender? Why can't animals join? I want to be in that little dog. You know that dog competition?
No.
Where I want to be a dog. I want to join. Do you know that there's?
You want to be best in show?
I want to be best in show. I want to be a dog.